Music that'll change your life. WISC Maumee Toledo, WISA Wasion, WISM Lima, W206BX Fremont. The Afternoon Rebellion on YesFM.
It is the Afternoon Rebellion on YesFM, and it's always a lot of fun when we get to talk to artists, especially when they come by the studio, and we have been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks, no, just a few weeks for this guy, and in studio with us. His real name is Chris Greenwood, but you guys know him better as Manafest. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am feeling good. Got some Toledo, Ohio tea in me right now, so feeling pretty great.
Now, what kind of tea do you drink?
Earl Grey. They had an Earl Grey tea latte over at Big B's. I think this is what you called it. So I'm feeling pretty right.
All right. Now, does Earl Grey, is that like a secret ingredient to help the vocal cords and stuff like that? Is there some secret potency to it, or just because you like it?
The secret that a lot of people don't know, but before every studio session, I probably have an Earl Grey tea latte. Before every music video shoot, I have Earl Grey tea latte. And if there's time before a show, I'll have it, but it doesn't actually help the vocals at all. It's a bit of a disaster. All the milk.
yeah, the milk with gapping cords and stuff like that. Now, are you a proponent of throat coat tea? Because we know a lot of artists who use that, especially when they're sick.
I just practice and warm up. That's like the best thing I guess you can do. And if you're performing a ton, like constantly, but we take a good breaks right now. We used to like do tons of shows like one after another, but normally it's like maybe 4 days in a row, 5 at the most, and then there's a break. So you get to rest your vocals instead of destroying them, so it's great.
That's a good thing, because we want to keep you around for a long, long time to be making all this great music. Once again, we're talking to Manafest and a brand new album called Reborn, which is going to be dropping on October the 2nd. Super excited about that.
Yeah, I'm so pumped. It's such a new stage in my life, and just the idea of starting over again, and as a Christian being reborn, just where I'm at with my life, hitting that restart button and being reborn, it means a lot to me. It's everything that my life is of being a Christian, and when I had that opportunity to receive God and just turn my life around, and I feel like where I'm at now, it's like I'm just getting started after like 8-9 albums, and so I'm in a good place and I'm stoked.
And so kind of take us through the journey. I mean, obviously a new start for you, but how long did it take to make the album? Maybe who you worked with on it, and are there any guest appearances?
Yeah, I worked with Joel from TFK again, and he worked on The Moment a bit, and he did the song called Shine. That's also got Trevor from TFK as well, too. So that's a really fun collab, and we've already put it out there, so people are listening to it, and it's just so cool to hear the response from people. It's like, okay, we hit it. And because of my pledgers that already supported the record, we're already getting feedback from the record, so it's really cool, especially with all the features we have. Like, it's the first time I worked with So Glow the Activator, the former singer of Family Force 5. We did this song called Stick to Your Guns, and it's just crazy. It's just like a fun song. It's like why didn't I work with him earlier, And also got some other features on there as well. Tadashi from 116 Click, Reach Records crew, and Sean Locke, and bunch of people, and it's been fun collaborating. This is a really like different record. I feel like it's The Chase Part 2, because like everybody loved The Chase. They're like, make another record like The Chase, and already fans are saying like, dude, you did it again. You really worked hard, and that means a lot to me, because like I feel like I work hard on every record, but it's your art, and you can't force people to love it. But already feedback is saying I think we did it right this time.
So feedback, you're talking about fan supported. So did you do Kickstarter, or what did you do? Indiegogo? Or?
We did Pledge Music.
Pledge Music, okay.
Yeah. It's our third one actually, and so our fans fully funded this, going independent, and I get to like hook them up with all kinds of stuff, like the album early and all the behind the scenes stuff, and it's so fun just connecting with fans. It's great.
And one of the songs that we've been playing is a song called Let You Drive. So before we go to that, can you kind of give us the background to that? And I know you have a video for that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the whole concept of just letting go and letting God when it comes to life. And the whole concept of driving in a car, I think, is the easiest thing, because like you can get to a destination that you want to go all stressed out and worried, like you're in traffic or you're late or just thinking about stuff, worrying about it, or you can just chill out, just let it go, and you can enjoy the journey. And I think that's a perfect metaphor for life and what we're going through as believers, is just trusting God. Like just give it to Him, cast the care onto Him, and know that He's got a plan. And when you really receive that, you get to the destination a lot less stressed out and bruised. So just encouraging people to just seek God first and all that.
And as far as the video, who helped you make the video, and where were you at? Where was the location?
Yeah, we were on Ontario. We hadn't shot a video in Ontario in a long time because I moved back from California to be closer with family. And so we shot it out on this racetrack. We rented a race car track. We got a drone for the first time. And we had an Audi R8. And we hired this driver to whip me around the track and set up cameras everywhere so you could get my reactions, and the drone on top of the car on the racetrack, and connected cameras to the car as well too, and got some really cool shots and a band performance. And so we had a blast shooting that video.
Talk about connected car. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
Well, this is Manafest, and we're talking to him live in studio. And here's his song, Let You Drive, from the brand new CD, Reborn, coming out on October the 2nd. That was Manifest and Let You Drive on YesFM in the Afternoon Rebellion. Brand new CD, Reborn, coming out on October the 2nd. And speaking of Manifest, he is hanging out in the studio with us. Welcome back.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? So, yeah, and remember, you guys, he'll be here for about another 20 minutes or so. So if you happen to be in the area of the studio, stop on by and say hello. We'd love to have you in here, as we do have some guests. We will, however, be putting stuff up online as well, and we are streaming right now. So, woohoo! We've got bases all covered.
We are live on the internet.
Yes, we are live on the internet. So, we heard the song "Let You Drive," and you're talking about the video for that, and just putting the album together. So, aside from making music, we know that you're a dad and you have a little one. So, how old is your little girl?
She is about 1.5. Her name's London Grace. And my wife had her dance and music yesterday. She sent me a little text because I was out for the day, and so it was fun. And I love her. She's so fun. It's like the best thing coming home to see my little daughter. It's great.
Now, how is that like? I mean, obviously, you were doing music before your daughter came along, and family life. How is that dichotomy working out? How do you make it balance?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is making it balance. Because when I got married, I've been married for 12 years now, which I'm very proud about. And me and my wife have a really great relationship. And I was gone a lot of the time. She used to tour with me a ton. And I've decided now that I have a daughter, I don't want to be gone as much. This has been a really busy month with the album, but me and my wife have really talked about that. And I do not want to miss any part of my daughter's life. We have the opportunity and the option, thank God. And so I'm choosing to be home and just figuring out things, financially and just business-wise, and just so I can be in her life. Like, I lost my dad to suicide when I was 5 years old, so that's the last thing I want to do, is not be in my daughter's life. I want to be there and really, point her towards God and teach her the right things.
Which transitions into your book, Fighter. And how's that been going? How long has the book been out again?
Maybe about 1.5 years,
okay.
I think, 2 years. It's been awesome, like just the response from people and just touching people in a completely different way, and having that available at the shows and stuff, and just showing a different side of me, and just, showing people how to overcome fear, because I think everybody struggles with that. And I just share my story, and I feel like people are like, oh, well, he overcame that and he didn't quit, so I'm not going to quit either. And so that's kind of the hope that I'm hoping, inspires people to keep fighting and not quit.
Have you heard any feedback? Have you been able to hear the response back from it, or maybe even use that to mentor people? Because I know there's the personal side of you too. You're not on the road all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. It opened up. I do a podcast now called the Fighter. I'm a Fighter podcast, and I like to say a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. And I got fans coming up to me saying they've listened to all 70 episodes and talk about the book, and I speak at schools now, so it opens up that door. And just I had no idea it would connect with people in that way. It's like another layer of the onion, if you want to call it. Like, there's the music level, but then there's going a little deeper with just words, and I can share more stories in a book than I can just music, because with the song you only get 3 minutes and 30 seconds to 4 minutes normally for radio songs, but with the book I could go a little deeper and really chat. And I did the audio book too, which is free for people to listen to on Spotify or Apple Music, which is great too. So it's just another way of connecting with my fans and going deeper.
Yeah, and speaking of going deeper, obviously, you touch on the topic of fear and empowering people to help them through that fear. But are there specific topics that you go to into the book? I've read read it, so I kind of know. But for maybe our listeners who aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I talk about the 5 keys, and the first one is courage. And I believe we all have a dream, but we don't know how to get started. And I talk about how just getting started, having the courage to step out. God said to Joshua, take courage, be strong and courageous, And sometimes you just need to start. And you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to start to become great. I was terrible when I started music. I was terrible when I started skateboarding, but I started and I worked at it. And it's just, if people can just believe in themselves enough to start something and not care. Like, I help a lot of other artists now too, and I say, look, you don't have to be the most talented. You just need to be you and create anyways, because you're going to reach a whole different dynamic of people, and you'll never know. I blew up in Japan. How does that happen? It was like a miracle. I almost quit music, and then all of a sudden people in Japan started buying my music, and they still do, and it's crazy, and it's just a God thing. And so, God's just looking for people that are just, I'm here and I'm available. So courage is a big one, and then, I'll share one other one is perseverance. A lot of people start, but then they quit. Okay, God, I'll knock on the door. Oh, no one answered, going home. Don't go home. Keep going. Get up and go again. Proverbs 24:16 says, even though a righteous man falls down 7 times, he gets up and goes again. You only fell down twice. Get back up. You got at least 5 more. Like go for it. You're going to get hurt. You're going to fall down. I get rejected all the time still in my career now. And it's just like you start to get used to it, and you just realize it's a part of the journey. And, failure is never final. Failure is just a part of things. And as long as you don't quit, you're going to make it. And especially when it comes to overcoming fear, you got to start. And then you can't quit. And I talk about other things. I talk about discipline. I talk about having a positive mindset, because read Joyce Meyer's book as well. The battlefield is in the mind, because it is. And even Plato, which I talk about, he's an old school philosopher, is to battle self, to conquer yourself, conquer your own fears, and just believe that God is for you. We say it in church. Let's put it to action, right? I kind of went off there.
Exactly. No, that's totally cool. It reminds us of another song that we play from another artist, Mariah Peters.
Yeah.
And she teamed up with Andy Mineo, and one of the things that Andy says in the song is that fear kills more dreams than failure.
Yeah.
And that's huge. And I think it ties in so well with what you were just talking about, and just that idea of getting back up no matter what.
Yeah, totally. Like, people just let their dreams, they have dreams, but they just let them die in the daylight. They stay in the basement. They never let breathe life into their dreams and go for the dreams, and eventually they just stop dreaming, and you can never stop dreaming.
Well, once again, we are talking to Manafest, who is in studio with us. A brand new album, Reborn, coming out on October the 2nd, which leads us into talking about the title track, Reborn. A little bit of a different side of you with the blues going on in the song. So tell us how this was all orchestrated and written. And
yeah, I got inspired by some other music, and there's this just instrumental I was writing to, and I was just trying some different flows, and I knew this was going to be a little bit more of a rap record. And so I was just experimenting with my rhyme style, and then Joel emails me this track. He's like, this is, what did he say? He said something meets Johnny Cash or something like that, and had this crazy acoustic thing going for it. And then so we got that done. I wrote the hook. He actually recorded it. It's Joel actually singing it. Joel goes by the drawing room, and so he wrote the hook, and then he sent it to Trevor, and Trevor's like, man, well, you guys might as well go crazy and throw some crazy dirty harmonica in there. And so that's where we added the harmonica, and so you got this crazy hip-hop harmonica acoustic hip-hop track, and that's kind of where the sounds came from. But the hook means a lot to me. The whole idea is I've been reborn. I've been caught in this storm, but I want more, so I get up and go. I go. My past is behind me. My future is ahead of me. I am reborn, and that's what Christianity is all about. You don't get a better start than forgetting your past and looking towards your future. And so that's definitely a special song on the album.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing about that. Let's go ahead and take a listen. This is Manafest and Reborn on YesFM.
Town is too short. I can't afford to get caught. Looking back, I relapsed, of course. I've been reborn, caught in the storm. I want more, so I act like a man ago.
That was Manafest with Reborn on YesFM in the Afternoon Rebellion, and it's the title track from his brand new CD, which comes out on October the 2nd. Speaking of Manafest, in studio with us for a little while longer, and he is going to grace us. We're going to throw him under the bus. So, Chris, thank you for being so gracious. He's going to do a little bit of freestyle. So, is there anything that I need to do or say to get you warmed up, or
I guess
you want to just go ahead and do it?
I'll just go for it and just stoked to be here, you know?
Okay.
April's throwing me under the bus, and God I trust, I never lust. I gotta trust God cause I got a new life, and I gotta think twice. Always rhyming on up in Toledo, Ohio. Manifesto when you know I gotta fly, yo. Never gonna stop and I got no fear. Holding up my water real high, I say cheers. All the times I'm brave like Mariah Peters. I better thank her for that next song next time I see her. Like for King and Country, you gotta trust me. I never go crazy and I got one baby. Going out to London, burning like a Bunsen. Manifesto and I got no guns in. I've been reborn and the devil's been torn. Freestyles live and you know I'm not high. We got YesFM and April's my new friend. Gotta praise Christ, yo. This is the end. There you go.
Beautiful.
This little freestyle right there.
Nice. Very good. Excellent. So,
Having some fun in Ohio.
yes, that's right. Always fun in Ohio. And so you're originally from Canada. And how is the weather in your neck of the woods? Is it like this, or a
No,
little
you
bit
just
more
had
mild?
to bring it up. You just had to bring it up. I'm from
Sorry.
California, okay?
Oh, okay.
No, I lived in California for the last 3 years. We just moved back because we had our daughter. I wanted to be closer to family, and it's been a journey. You know, I really miss. I like America. What can I say? I like living in America. Canada's great. It's good to be with family, but you know, my daughter's American, and so you know, we hope to come back soon.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you having been here, and you know. So, all right. So, sports teams. What are some of your favorite sports teams?
Wow. Well, I gotta be honest. I like surfing. I like skateboarding. Sports-wise, I guess I have to say I like the Toronto Blue Jays, the California Angels. Well, I can't say the Dodgers because they're kind of like rivalry teams, right? Yeah, those are probably my teams. I'm not a big sports guy. It's such a weird thing. I like basketball games. I went with Trev and we went and saw, who's that dude married to Carrie Underwood? I can't remember his name, but anyways, we saw him in Nashville, and that was fun. I got to sit in the box.
Oh, cool.
And so that was fun. We got like free food and nice drinks. It was great. Watched some hockey.
Hockey. So now with you being from an area that's big into hockey, are you big into hockey or not so much?
Yeah, I'm not. You know, I had a bad experience as a kid playing road hockey, and so never really got into it.
Aw. Oh, poor Chris. So how did you get into skateboarding? Like, give us the journey on that.
Yeah, well, I had a pretty crazy accident from skateboarding. No, you asked me how I got into skateboarding. Well, that's a different story. I grew up collecting like baseball cards and eating barbecue potato chips and gaining a lot of weight as a kid, which stemmed from losing my dad when I was younger. So I was very shy, very timid, just didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was kind of like a square peg trying to fit into a round hole kind of thing. And all of a sudden I got introduced to skateboarding and I loved it. And I skated all summer long and it was just crazy. It was amazing. And kind of like a miracle happened is I lost all this weight. I had friends coming up to me and saying like, yo, Chris, is that you, man? Yo, you lost weight, dude. And it seemed impossible. Like it could never happen. And I always like to say now that, you know, God is in the business of doing the impossible. And so skateboarding was a huge thing in my life, you know, transferring from this, you know, lost kind of overweight, shy, timid kid to this kind of punk rock hip hop skateboard kid, and really saved me in some essence. God really used skateboarding to pull me out of a dark place, and it was really my identity for a long time, but then I ended up hurting myself after many years of really loving it, and that got me into music and doing what I'm doing now. So it's been a journey, and I just think God's awesome. He likes to take these different things and seasons and bring us to different spots in life, you know.
And so also, too, you said surfing. So, I mean, that's probably, I don't want to assume, I don't want to stereotype, but when did you get into surfing? Was it when you were still in Canada or when you came to California?
Definitely when I finally moved to California.
Okay.
I did it once in New Zealand at this festival called Parachute Festival.
Sure.
They had me this dude, I forget he was in a band. He took me so far to get there. We walked, and my feet were burnt by the time we got to the water. I didn't even know, and like, then I had to perform that night, and my feet were like burnt. I burnt my feet. It was the weirdest thing, and I had to like perform and run around. Anyways, got into surfing in Cali, and I love it. I'm not that good. Skateboarding didn't help that much. You know, you got to really time those waves, and if you're in the wrong spot, you just get smoked. I got the board in the face actually last weekend before we left. I was like, I'm done. So, but I love it.
Now, have you had an opportunity to hang out with any of the guys from Switchfoot? Because, I mean, they're
I need
acclimated.
to.
Yeah.
John, man. Come sing a hook, dude. We'll write a tune. It can be on, John Foreman album. Doesn't even have to be on Switchfoot's album. We'll just put it on the Underground project or feature with Manafest, all right?
There
Calling
go.
you out, bro.
Yeah, so doing some music with them. They'll teach you how to surf. There
Exactly.
you go.
I'll teach you how to skate.
It'll be a great collaboration.
I'll teach you how to ride Switchfoot on a skateboard.
Switchfoot on a skateboard, that would be fantastic. I would love to see the Foreman brothers do that. So when you're not skateboarding, when you're not doing music, when you're just being chill and being a husband and dad, what are some of your favorite things to do, like just in downtime?
I like movies. I like going to the movies with my wife. We went and saw the new Mission Impossible. That was fun. We hadn't gone to see one in forever. It's like, whoa, we're on a date. That's what happens when you have kids, okay? Young couples out there, you just got married. No rush. No rush, bro. No rush, girl. Anyways, me and my wife, we like movies. I like books. I'm a bit of a book nerd. What else? I like hanging out with my daughters and skateboarding and surfing and just probably sleeping right now. That's probably like one of the things I'm trying to get more of because it's been busy first year.
Amazing. Like when you're your daughter's age, you're fighting the naps, but then when you get to be older, you're like, yay, naps.
I know. Like I'm going on tour this week, so I get to kind of sleep in a little bit, but I'm probably all used to waking up early, but still it'd be nice to get some full night's sleep. It's amazing what you appreciate when you don't have it, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So once again, we're talking to Manafest. The new CD Reborn comes out on October the 2nd, and he's in studio with us. And don't forget, he's going to be performing in Tip City on Friday. We do have information about that concert on the concert beat at our website at YesHome.com, and super excited about that. And who are you performing with that night?
We got We As Leo and also Climbing Blind. And I think there's another act. I can't remember the name, but yeah, there's about at least 3 bands, so it should be fun.
Okay. Have you ever been out with any of these bands before?
I haven't. This is my first time. Our agent, we have the same agent for We As Leo, and so that'll be cool to meet those guys. I think they're on Dream Records there, and really nice guys. They put on a good show. Yeah,
we've gotten an opportunity to be able to hang out with them from time to time.
You know them.
So yes, yep, we know them. So sounds like a lot of fun. So once again, if you guys want more information about that concert, you can go to our website at YesHome.com and check that out on the concert beat. But Chris or Manafest, if people wanted to get a hold of your music, they wanted to find out about the book Fighter or anything else about you in general, I'm sure you're all over social media. Could you give information on that?
Absolutely, yeah. Facebook, I'm on a lot. Instagram, my website, manifest.net. Just go there, and I'm definitely on Facebook the most. Sign up to my email list as well on manifest.net, and iTunes, of course, all the music, and YouTube. I got a ton of music videos, and so you can see those online.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. One more question before we let you go, because we know you're getting ready for some other events and stuff too, but you had mentioned the song Pray, and so would love to be able to give our listeners an opportunity to hear that song. So could you set that up for us? Give us an idea of what that's all about.
Yeah, I believe in prayer. Prayer changes things, especially prayers in faith. And this song was just a really special, personal song to me. When things go wrong, that's the first thing I want to go to. I don't want to call a friend. I don't want to necessarily call my wife. I want to call on God. And to do that is by prayer and just believing that makes an impact in your life or whatever your situation is. So I'm really hoping this song just encourages people to pray more. It's a really personal song, and I hope it really speaks to you. Here it is, Pray, off my new album, Reborn.